All right, guys. So, all right, as promised, here is part three, right? The final part of section five that talks about production. As was said earlier, production is one of the broad topics that will be tested, and there are so many things that you can be tested on from section five. And so, I wanted to just do a little crash course for those persons who may not have, the information that they need for the exam. All right. So let's just get right into it. If you have not seen the other two parts for this section, then I'll put the link there. You can check out the playlist as well. All right. So let's talk about small business. Right. This section that we're going to be talking about, we'll be talking about small businesses and the growth and how growth impact small businesses. Now, what are some of the features or characteristics of small businesses? Right. So small businesses generally have small amount of capital, right? Maybe less than 250,000. That figure, maybe it's probably too small, right? In today's world, we have small businesses using up to $1 million, right? But the point I'm trying to make is that you have small amount of capital, all right? You also have small sales turnover, which means that they sell in small quantities. So small businesses don't normally sell in large quantities, right? Small businesses also have small amount of employees, whether it's 1 to 20 employees. Small businesses also use small or simple technology, right? So they don't have any cutting edge technologies, and they occupy small amount of land space, right? Now, how does what's their role? What's the role and the functions of small businesses? Right? For one, they provide personal services, right? Um, they provide they are able to respond to customers' requests more quickly, yeah, and they act as a middleman, right? And when I say middleman, we're talking about that link between your manufacturer and the customers, right? Or so small firms act as the middleman that provide that link. All right. Small businesses also provide employment for many persons, and they help to redistribute income. They enhance the skill of the population, right? Which they also increase national income, which increases economic growth, right? And they are more convenient than larger businesses. All right. Now, how does small businesses continue to survive, right? So, although there are numerous advantages that economies of scale bring to large firms, small businesses continue to survive in the economy, and these are the reasons why. So, because small businesses provide personal services, right? They, people are going to gravitate to small businesses because they like personal services, right? Small businesses also provide goods and services for a local area, right? So for example, in your community, you may have a corner shop that's located in your community. It's convenient. You don't have to travel to the city, right? Or to the main town to get what you need. You can just go to the corner shop, and it's more convenient then, yeah. Also, small firms provide specially engineered goods, right? So you may get your products customized by small businesses, right? There are a lot of small firms now doing stuff like um, the embroidery on pillows and cushions and stuff like that. You can get your name written on t-shirts and stuff like that. Small businesses provide, specially engineered products like that, right? Small firms are easy to manage. That's why they continue to survive, right? People work harder because they enjoy their job. And that's why small businesses continue to survive, right? You will have fewer strikes with small firms because you have a small amount of employees, and the employees are normally the employer and the employees normally have a good relationship, right? They are best able Small firms are better able to respond to customers demand in a shorter time frame, right? So with more activities and responsibilities to be carried out, the business can employ more workers, right? And so now that the business, the small firm is growing, right, there are some changes that will take place. All right. when I'm teaching this to my students, I always ask them to think about their bodies, right? I'm sure that you're not the way you used to look maybe 2 years ago or 3 or 5 years ago. You have grown, right? And so as you grow, there are certain sections of your anatomy, right, that will change. You'll get taller, right, and stuff like that, right. And so with a business, as the business grows, there are certain changes that will take place, and this is very important, guys. All right, so pay attention. So as sales increase, the business can change from a domestic level of production to surplus and export. The business will experience benefits as well as disadvantages from this growth. Let us look at some of the ways in which the business will change. So, for one, growth from a small firm, right? It will cause significant changes to the organizational structure, right? So as the firm grows, the organizational structure will become more complex, right? There will be more departments, there will be more employees, stuff like that. So the organizational structure will change, right? Also, there will be change to the capital. So as the business grows, more capital will be needed, right? And more investments will be needed. Um, Labor, it goes without saying. As the business grows, then more employees will be needed, right? Also, as the business grows, right, then its scale of production will change. And what that means is that they'll start to produce more as they grow, right? And the same is true if the business does not grow, if it's contracting, right? And then we're introduced to this word, economies of scale. So economies of scale are really the advantages of large scale production, right? You are able to produce more for less, right? And so as the business grows, it will produce more and it will be involved in surplus production, right? The growth of the firm also impacts its use of technology. The larger the business gets, the more it will need to use more cutting edge technology. And so the firm may employ more machine, right, to the process, and we call that capital intensive production, right? So capital intensive production is one where more machines are used in the production process, and then you have labor intensive production, which is where more human labor, right? Humans are used in the production process. Small firms normally use labor intensive production, while larger firms use what? More capital intensive production, right? Pay attention to that. And then we move to the potential for export. Because as the business grows, right, it will be producing more, therefore increasing its potential for export, right? And we talk about that as the surplus um, level of production. All right. And then now, finally, we're going to look at the division of labor or specialization, right? I'm sure you've heard this word before, and if you haven't, then welcome to specialization. So specialization is really the focusing on um, one particular job or task and becoming an expert at it, right? So in other words, specialization is breaking up of work into small manageable tasks. So for example, you're making a wooden table, right? It can be divided into cutting the wood, shaping the wood, assembling the wood into a table, polishing the table, right? So what you would do is you would have persons to cut the wood. So that would be their job all day, cut the wood. Then you have another group of people who will be responsible for shaping the wood. Then you have another group of people who will be responsible to assemble the wood or the parts into a table. Then you have another set of people who will what? Polish the table. That is specialization or division of labor. You are dividing up the tasks. Alright? So specialization means focusing our efforts on tasks that we are best at. So what are some of the advantages of specialization? Well, workers can become more skilled, right? And faster at their work. And each task is easier to perform than learning the whole process, right? Productivity will increase, right? And cost of production will be reduced as the speed of operation increase, and this will lead to economies of scale. And specialist machines can be used to undertake individual tasks, right? However, there are some disadvantages of specialization. Obviously, if you're doing the same thing over and over time, you're going to become bored, right? Workers may not get the chance to use all your skills because what? They are just focusing on one area, right? You may be good at other things, but you're never given the chance to show that because you're only doing one thing, right? And so if you have specialist machines that are used, in the specialization process, then that can cause people to lose jobs. That's one of the disadvantages, as a matter of fact, of advancement in technology. It can cause people to lose jobs, right? And output is completed at the pace of the slowest. So if you are working on an assembly line and one person is not working so fast, then the whole process will slow down. All right. And so look, these are some past paper questions that I have garnered over the years. I have put them together. You can take your time, you can go through. If you want to, you can put your answers in the comment section because it can help somebody else, right? And I always tell my students, try and answer the questions in your own words and answer in complete sentences. So put your answers in the comments section and it can help somebody to see how you would answer these questions. All right, right? And then here are some more. All right. So thank you for watching and I will see you, right? Well, good. Take care. God bless.